Welcome to this quick intro video on how to set up phone numbers in Convirza for call quality management. After you've logged into Convirza, you're brought to this home screen, and we're going to be concerned with setting up numbers, which is right here under the setup window on the front of the home screen. You can just simply click add numbers right here, or you can click on setup in the top right corner from any page. And that brings you to the setup page where you hover over advanced, which pops up, and you click on manage numbers. If you click the link from the home page, it brings you to this very screen as well. So once you're on the manage numbers screen, you'll see all the routes that you already have set up. And to add a new route, there's a great big add button right here on the right hand side. Simply click add button and enter the area code for which you need a phone number. You're probably going to want a local number, local to your business or your store, whatever it might be. I entered 801 because I am in the Salt Lake City area, and we don't have any numbers in the 801 area. If there are no numbers available, you simply enter the area code that you want and you back order a number. If you know you have a specific prefix you want, you could enter it here. And then a quantity, if you know you need, say, 5 numbers, you place the order here and type yes in this box, which is very important. That's like signing the document saying, I understand this is going to happen. It's just a little more intentional than a simple checkbox. Type yes there, click done, and we will notify you when the numbers are available. I'm going to go ahead and enter an area code where we do have some numbers here, just so that you can see how the process goes. So I typed in area code 602, and here are the available numbers that I have for the 602 area code. I simply select the one I like the best. Personally, I prefer numbers that end in 5. So I'm going to select this number. Again, you have to type yes in the little box down here and click done. That puts the tracking number into the add route section over here. And now you name it. This is a good place to name it, something where you will be able to identify it later on. For example, this may be a number that you're going to put on your website so that you can track how many phone calls come in from visitors and what's your website. Maybe you're going to use this number on a direct mail campaign. You may even want to name this the number that you're going to use for everything for store 75. Whatever it might be, you just name your route there so that you can keep track of it. Make sure you have your group set up as which group it belongs to, this phone number belongs to. For example, if you have a store set up as your Salt Lake store, you're going to want to select the Salt Lake group so that they can see the calls that come in under this number. Your country will be US, Canada. Call value is if you want to assign a dollar value to this call. So this is not a required field, but if you know that every purchase in your store averages out to be $1,000 and you sell 1 out of every 10 calls that come in, then each call is going to be worth $100 to you. Whatever your call value might be, we'll just say $10 on this one, just to keep it simple. Again, this is for reporting purposes. You don't have to enter a call value. Then you select your repeat interval. Your repeat interval is simply the number of hours in which as the caller from the same caller ID will be considered a repeat caller and not a unique caller. It's similar to unique views on a website. So the default is 72 hours. You may want to make that 24 hours. You can make it whatever you want. And then you select whether or not you're going to be recording the phone calls that come in here. And for most of our clients, they always record everything. So for call path, this is where you select the call path type. A simple call path will simply forward the call to your phone number. It'll ring to whatever your actual phone number is. You also have the option for an IVR, which lets you forward to maybe different departments or different phone numbers. For example, press 1 for sales, press 2 for service, like an auto dealership, for example. You can set up a schedule, which will allow you to forward to different phone numbers based on maybe business hours or different times of day. A Geo Route will let you forward to a location based on where the customer is or what zip code they enter, so they can forward to a specific, like the nearest store, for example. And outbound will let you record your outbound calls. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to select a simple route, and then you select your ring to, and you want to make sure this group matches the group that you selected above. And then in the phone number field, you enter the number that you want this phone number to ring to. So for example, when somebody calls that 602-884-465 number, what's really going to ring is 801-555-1212. That's where the call will actually go to. And then you can configure your greeting options in the next tab. You can record a greeting. So for example, if you wanted to say, please hold for the next available representative, you can have it say, thank you for calling Joe's Tire Shop. We'll be with you shortly. Whatever a greeting might be, you can record it here. You can upload a file. That's the call recording disclaimer. And the greeting options. So if you want to record a greeting, you can do that here. You can choose to play your call recording disclaimer before, after, or never. The call recording disclaimer is what we just heard. This call may be recorded for quality assurance or whatever it is. You can decide to play that before, after, or never in relationship to the greeting that you record. A whisper message is simply a voice that you will hear in your ears when a phone call comes through, so that you know when your phone rings, this call came from whatever name we assigned it. This call came from your website. That way you know that it's a phone call that came through your call tracking and not just somebody who actually dialed your direct number. You'd enter that here if you want to enable a whisper message. You can add tags so that you know that every call that comes in here is recorded as from a website or from pay-per-click or whatever it might be. You can also type in your own tag here, whatever tag you want to be assigned to every call that comes through this number. And under call events, if there's a specific event that you want to have happen, for example, every time somebody calls through this number, you want an email to go to a sales manager or a company admin of some kind, you can send that notification here. You can also trigger webhooks, and webhooks will allow you to update internal CRMs, send data to some kind of web service endpoint. Once you have all this entered in, you just simply click Save Call Flow, and your number is set up and good to go. It's that easy to set up a number in Convirza for CQM. Thanks so much.